welcome to HITC Sport. Right, so after my championship predictions, where I displayed all the knowledge of a dead fish, seriously, Stoke winning the fucking league, did I spend last summer sniffing packets of glue? So let's take a look at the Premier League predictions that I did at the start of the season. I can't remember what I said, but knowing me, it'll probably be 100% wrong.
20th Huddersfield Town.
A nice one. First one down. Although to be fair, you shouldn't be giving me too much credit for this one. Huddersfield had about as much chance of staying up as a pensioner's dick after 12 shots of whiskey. Honestly, look at their squad. Trying to stay up with that is like trying to impregnate a fucking hippo. It won't happen and it will just end in a bloody fucking mess.
19th Cardiff City. I'm predicting another swift relegation for the Welsh club, with Warnock sacked by Christmas and Cardiff fans forced to drown their sorrows with a pint of stout in a sheep's rear end.
I mean, Cardiff have gotten relegated, so finishing 18th wasn't too wrong. But I'm not sure why I was so convinced that Warnock would be out of a job by Christmas. Maybe it's because the last time Cardiff were up, Vincent Tan displayed about as much chill as a Russian mobster.
18th Brighton. Look, don't get me wrong, I rate Chris Hughton, alright? Top fella, decent manager, but just like Kim Kardashian in a Parisian hotel room, Brighton is going down.
Close, I was so close to getting a perfect relegation hat-trick. But no, Brighton have to spoil the party by staying up. To be fair, this has been a horrendous season for Brighton. And as much as I like him, Chris Hughton is going to be looking for a new job by November.
Let's be honest, when 34-year-old Glenn Murray is still getting a game, a man who's been rejected by the top flight more times than Warwick Davis down the local nightclub, it does not bode well.
Yeah, Glenn Murray, this ancient weary-legged pensioner of a man, barely able to scramble himself onto the pitch without the aid of a walking stick, has nearly 30 goals in his last 2 seasons. I need to show that man some respect.
17th, Watford. Well, come on, Watford, I've said this a million times. Your way of doing business with managers is madness. We all know Javi Garcia is going to be down the dole office in about 3 months. Like, why did Garcia bother signing that contract? Like, the way Watford treat managers, I mean, like, if he's still there at Christmas, I will spend one night sleeping in a bit.
Why do I say these things? And yes, check my Instagram, lads. I spent last Christmas chucked in a wheelie bin that stank of fish and wet old dog, thanks to stupid things I say on the fucking internet.
You have an average squad, and taking away Richarlison, it's like squashing the last ray of sunshine in a North Korean bomb shelter. So 17th, lads, enjoy.
Yeah, more like 11th. 50 points and an FA Cup final. Like, I don't know, I really thought Watford would get pissed on every week. But no, just like Neymar's feelings for his sister, this is just fucking wrong.
16th, Bournemouth.
No, again, Bournemouth finished 14th. But, so I nearly got it right. But as we all know, you don't get prizes for nearly doing it. Isn't that right, Jurgen Klopp?
15th, Fulham. The Cottagers are ambitious, I'll give them that. Ryan Sessegnon should tear things up this season.
The only thing the Cottagers tore up was the fucking manual on how to defend. Like, I don't know what they were doing in training. I wouldn't be surprised if the defenders just spent every morning playing cards in the fucking canteen or drinking petrol to a fucking straw, because 81 goals conceded is the result of total inadequacy. Shocking, absolutely shocking. I could have rounded up 4 lads with polio from the local homeless shelter, and they've done a more competent job.
Slavica Jokanovic should keep them up.
I mean, I stand by that. Yes, he should have kept them up. For Christ's sake, they had a triple-digit budget and spunked it all on a bunch of lads who've never stepped foot in the fucking country. I hadn't seen a bigger waste of money since Simon Cowell gave Jedward a record deal. Fulham might as well have just poured their bank account into the Thames, because Christ above, that is what killed them this season.
14th, Burnley. Burnley? 14th?
No, 15th.
Look, the Premier League is tough enough without the added constraints of a Europa League campaign, and for a club like Burnley, I mean, it's gonna be too hard to juggle. I mean, Sean Dyche is going to feel like a single mum this season.
Yeah, remember that time Burnley were in Europe? It lasted about as long as one of Katie Price's marriages. Considering they finished 7th last year, I'm pretty happy with this one. I mean, I'm just off by 1 place. It's not too bad.
13th, Wolves. I don't know whether Wolves are going to be the next Man City or the next QPR. I think Europe is premature talk. Comfortable mid-table first, lads.
Yeah, and then they finished 7th. But to be fair, how many people would have predicted that? Yes, we knew Wolves were good and that they would stay up, but 7th? Like, literally the best promoter team I've ever seen, bar none. And yes, Matt Doherty is the second coming of fucking Cafu.
12th, Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace fans right now are probably begging Wilfred Zaha,
"Don't leave, please stay, I'll do anything."
Like a 16-year-old who's just been dumped on his birthday. Look, I can understand Palace's desperation, alright? Their future rests on this man. If Zaha stays, yeah sure, comfortable 12th. If he leaves, get out the wellies and raincoats, lads, because you're going to Shrewsbury next season.
I mean, pretty much, lads. If ever there's an example of one-man team, this is it. Wilfred Zaha is out of this club's league. It is ridiculous. It's like Angelina Jolie going out with that overweight janitor who smells of sweat, and drinks 3 pints of butter before bed. For Christ's sake, they need to do everything they can to keep that man at the club. I don't care what it is, drug his food in the canteen, lock him in the attic, threaten to put down his dog, anything. Just make sure Zaha does not leave you.
11th, Southampton. Mark Hughes may look like one of the most miserable men in football, but he is a solid Premier League manager.
Is he?
Comfortable mid-table.
Yeah, no, 16th, just the 11 points off 11th. But come on lads, at the end of the day, what do you expect when you sell your best players every year? Like when Liverpool aren't sniffing around anymore, that all the good players have essentially left the club. They've been cleared out. It's a bit like when Big Sam brings his family to Greg's. You know that within 20 minutes, all that's going to be left is the tuna and mayo bagels that taste like cardboard.
10th, Newcastle. I mean, this isn't gonna happen, is it? It won't. There's just no way. If Rafa Benitez gets Newcastle into the top 10 2 years going, he deserves a knighthood or something. That is like baking a cake with no eggs, no flour, not even a f***ing oven.
Nah, he didn't. He finished 13th. But Newcastle did get more points this time than last year, so despite not finishing top half, it was actually a better season for Newcastle. Honestly, Rafa Benitez is a miracle worker. How is he still at that club? Honestly, like, does Mike Ashley not appreciate what a world-class manager he has in front of him? Give him some damn funds. Don't just chuck a bunch of loan deals at his head. It's essentially like somehow matching with Miss World off Tinder, and so you decide to treat her to f***ing Burger King.
Now he's effectively having to scrounge around for change under the couch so he can afford the wages of Salomon Rondon. And he's not even good!
I feel like every player I've criticised in this video has gone on to have a smashing season. Wouldn't be surprised if I also said Sadio Mane had a touch of a dead goat.
9th, Leicester City. If they can tie his rectangular head to the KP Stadium, they have a decent chance of finishing in the top 10 again.
And so they did, but not until they sacked Puel and stuck a knife into the heart of Celtic Football Club. Honestly, those fans probably want to drown Rodgers in his f***ing sleep.
The big question I have though is, Jamie Vardy turns 32 this season. For a man who relies pretty heavily on pace, let's just say I'm intrigued.
18 goals. 18 goals.
8th, West Ham. Manuel Lanzini being out for the season is a blow.
It's also not true. I mean, to be fair, they finished top half and 10th and only a couple of points off 8th, so it wasn't too bad a prediction, and it was a pretty decent season for them. I mean, not for the likes of Jack Wilshere. I mean, that man is probably considering taking up a new profession any goddamn moment. Christ above his limbs of all the durability of a f***ing scarecrow.
7th, Everton. And now Richarlison, a fella who hasn't even sneezed in the direction of a goal or assist since December. 50 million! Why not just empty your f***ing wallet down the toilet while you're at it, lad?
Yeah. Richarlison's only gone and scored just the 14 goals this season. To be fair, this prediction wasn't horrendous. They did finish 8th, and if it wasn't for Jordan Pickford shitting his pants in at least 2 games this season, they would have finished 7th.
6th, Chelsea. The Blues are sticking with the Italian theme, but Sarri is nearly 60 years old and hasn't won so much as a f***ing raffle in nearly 3 decades of management.
I mean, he's got the 2 finals and was a Kepa meltdown away from winning 1. Honestly, keeper, get off the goddamn pitch. Yes, Chelsea have gone from 5th to 3rd, but has it been a good season? And considering Eden Hazard is off, they have a transfer ban in place, and it looks like Roman wants out. Lads, it's only going to get worse before it gets better. Yeah, I bet you they win the league next season now.
5th, Arsenal. If you told Arsenal fans 5 years ago that 5th would be considered a good season, they'd have started jumping into the f***ing Thames.
And another one that I got right. This has been a pretty typical season from Arsenal. Patches of good form combined with sequences of absolutely catatonic football, prompting the fan base to scream down the f***ing internet.
4th, Tottenham.
Oh, 4th. I'm on a roll here, lads. But again, it's only the 4th one I got right.
Now your next job is to keep Toby Alderweireld at the club and toss Moussa Sissoko into the biggest rubbish bin you can find.
And Moussa Sissoko as being one of the best players of the season. Also, predicting them to finish 4th was grand, but I was far more likely to predict that Susan Boyle would win a beauty pageant than for this club to get anywhere within a sniff of the Champions League final.
3rd, Man United. I don't think you'll have a bad season.
I don't think they'll have a bad season. Literally one of the worst campaigns at Old Trafford for decades. Manchester United, 6th. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is definitely getting sacked by November, lads.
2nd, Liverpool.
Yes, I got this one right. But not a chance that I think this club will get anywhere near 97 points at a Champions League final. Are you mad?
1st, Man City. They're gonna win it. Give me some sort of I want a title race, but I just don't see it. I do not see it.
Oh. Why did I say that last bit? No, I genuinely didn't see a title race happening. I didn't think any club would get close to City, let alone 1 point. Instead we got one of the greatest title races of all time. Both clubs just kept on winning at unstoppable rates. Fair play to Man City, 198 points across 2 seasons is just a joke. Yes, they are essentially injecting themselves with financial steroids into their f***ing arse, but still, you have to go out and do it at the end of the day, and Guardiola is a genius. The clawback a 7-point deficit when you're at 14 games of the season. It's absolutely mental, and I did it all without a left back. Anyway, I got 6 right, lads. I don't think that's too bad, actually. Yes, I said Watford would nearly get relegated, and that Fulham would actually defend like competent creatures for the season, but apart from that, I actually think this was alright for me. This was okay. 6 out of 20. Going right on the fridge. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to give it a like, share, and subscribe. And as always, I'll talk to you in a while.